Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. Now before we kick this video off, I've got two questions for you, the viewers, the subscribers, the wrestling fans in general. Number one, who do you think should dethrone Roman Reigns? You only get one pick, try and give your reasons why as well, and even better, where you think this should happen. And secondly, who do you think should defeat Seth Rollins to become the new World Heavyweight Champion? Now again, this is your opinion. Don't get influenced by anyone else. I do not get why some wrestling fans get so aggressive about an opinion. WWE and wrestling in general is here to entertain us and switch us away from the stresses of real life. And so don't get too worked up about it, honestly. I might agree with your opinion, I might disagree with your opinion, you'll probably disagree with my opinions, and that is okay. I love it when people disagree because sometimes you can see something from another perspective, a thought or opinion that a fan might have that you didn't even give thought to, and that is the beauty of all this, right? So, before we get into the juicy stuff, it would be very much appreciated if you could give the video a like. First and foremost, it does help the channel grow, which means we can deliver more content like this along the way. But let's cut to the chase. Now, I'm not going to give an endless list of superstars who could defeat Roman or Seth. I mean, you think about it logically, the boogeyman could defeat Roman or Seth, but it's highly unlikely. I'm going to give my one pick and my reasons why. And the person I truly believe should be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns, and I believe this has been WWE's plan all along, is Cody Rhodes. I believe this has been the plan. If you go all the way back to Cody Rhodes' return at the Royal Rumble, I believe even at that point, WWE had no intention of Cody Rhodes defeating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. And this was just the start of Cody Rhodes going through some hard times to battle against the odds to get another shot ultimately next year at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. And that for me will be the moment where Cody Rhodes dethrones Roman Reigns. If you think about it logically, Cody's on Raw, Seth Rollins is on Raw as the World Heavyweight Champion, and they keep teasing an interaction between the two of them. The two of them even tagged up recently in a 3-on-3 tag match. They're planting the seeds there, but you know full well it's unlikely they're going to deliver. And if they did ever have a rematch, let's not also forget the fact that Cody has beaten Seth 3 times on 3 separate PLEs. Cody would probably get screwed somehow, some way. Think about the tournament, the qualification for the World Heavyweight title. You had Brock Lesnar come in and screw Cody Rhodes, and then you had this filler feud with Cody and Brock, which, by the way, I thought was quite good, especially at the end. I liked the rubber match at SummerSlam. I thought that paid off really well. And you know, of course, on time of recording this video, there's no feud, but there will be another obstacle for Cody Rhodes to overcome. Now, my personal picks would be a heel Drew McIntyre, a character change for Drew McIntyre, and a feud with Cody. I mean, that could actually happen. You can milk that out for months. Or even a returning Bray Wyatt when he's physically and mentally ready to come back to WWE. Think of the history between Cody Rhodes and Husky Harris. There's so many layers there. From a creative standpoint, they could push the boundaries to the next level. I think that'd be a really good feud. What feud do you think WWE are going to go for? That's another separate question for you to fill the time up until the Royal Rumble. And no, I don't think Cody Rhodes is actually going to win the Royal Rumble. I think he's going to have to battle through all sorts of obstacles to get a shot at Roman at WrestleMania. And I think this will actually come via Elimination Chamber. I think that's the way he gets there. I think they're going to save the Royal Rumble spot for another superstar, which we'll cover in a second. I think it just makes so much sense for Cody Rhodes to be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns. And yes, it's a safe pick, but it's a logical pick. I don't think many WWE fans would have a problem with this. I think the problems would potentially come after. Are fans going to tire of Cody Rhodes as a babyface champion? That's the question, that's the test. But I'm actually surprised to this point that the WWE audience have been so invested in the Cody Rhodes babyface character. I think they've actually booked it really, really well. We can't predict the future. All we know is there's loads of really tasty matchups to look forward to later down the line if Cody were to be champ. Just imagine a returning Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes in a feud there. Oh, that would be fire. Of course, get down in the comments section. Who would you like to see Cody feud with in terms of the future if he were to become the champion? And yes, fans might tire of the Cody Rhodes babyface champ, and that's where you can have a character change. there's so many layers to Cody Rhodes, and a heel Cody Rhodes is something I'd love to see later on down the line. So next up, that moves us on to the World Heavyweight title scene, where of course Seth Freakin Rollins is the current champ. And I understand why WWE haven't pulled the title off Seth just yet, and I understand why they're not going to play hot potato with a title which they're trying to establish. That's the point. They've got this massively over babyface Seth Rollins killing it. The fans are lapping up his theme. Why would they have somebody take that title from him just yet? It wouldn't make sense. I actually don't think this championship is going to change hands until next year's WrestleMania. They really want to establish this belt as a credible belt in parallel to the one that Roman holds. Now, of course, we know, well, the one, should we say, that Roman holds. Now, we know that's not the case, but you can see what WWE are trying to do here. They're trying to make it credible, and it makes a lot of sense. But for me, I can only see one guy who's going to defeat Seth Rollins to become the next champion, and it's a heel, and it's Gunther. I think Gunther is going to go down the traditional route. He is going to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Seth Rollins. It makes a lot of sense. They're on the same brand. It just writes itself, doesn't it? And just think on paper of that matchup. Seth Freakin Rollins is a living legend in the ring, out the ring, but mainly in the ring. And Gunther has just been established as this weapon with the IC title. Now, allegedly, Gunther wants to main event WrestleMania with the IC title, but I don't think that's going to happen. And does he actually need to drop the IC title? No. Imagine if Gunther was to still have the IC title, wins the Rumble, so you don't think he's going to win the Rumble because he's still got the IC title, and they go all in with him, and he becomes the next World Heavyweight Champion, and then he's still got the IC Championship. That would be mental. Now, I don't think that would be the case. I think he'd probably drop the IC title in some controversial fashion leading up to the Royal Rumble, or just after Rumble, but for Gunther to win the Rumble, make his statement at WrestleMania, you've got a bona fide superstar there, right? You already have, like, he's such a credible main event act. And just think of the rivalries in the future that Gunther could have as champ. First rivalry that comes to my head, Brock Lesnar and Gunther in a feud. I just imagine, we got that stare down. That could potentially be a tease for the future. And there's just multiple candidates that would be next in line with Gunther. Now, it depends on the reaction, because the fans could swerve us. If we were, of course, to get Seth and Gunther one-on-one in a match at WrestleMania, would the fans potentially side with Gunther? And could we potentially see a babyface potential in Gunther? So there we have it. I'm standing my ground. I'm going for Gunther to win the Royal Rumble and then to defeat Seth Freakin Rollins at WrestleMania to become the World Heavyweight Champion. I did contemplate adding Finn Balor into the mix, splitting Finn Balor from the Judgment Day, and then them having another rematch via Finn Balor winning the Royal Rumble, and in the meantime, from now until that point, heating up Finn Balor nicely until that point. You've got that 7-year storyline arc between the two of them. You could argue that maybe Finn Balor has been held back because of the Judgment Day. Whatever storyline they decide to potentially go with the Judgment Day will, of course, depend on the result here. But again, that's just an outside the box one. But what do you think, more importantly? Who do you think should be the ones to, one, firstly, dethrone Roman Reigns, and secondly, defeat Seth Rollins to become the new World Heavyweight Champion? All opinions are welcome. Head down in the comments section. And I want to finish this video off by saying thank you. It would be really much appreciated if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new. We'll catch you in the next one.